The greatest football player of all time was trapped in Lagos during a coup. This is the wild story of Pele, the greatest footballer of all time, a tennis legend and a coup. The day was Monday, February 16, 1976. The city of Lagos was hosting the World Championship Tennis Pro Circuit Series. This was the first professional tennis tournament ever held in sub-Saharan Africa. The grand prize was $60,000. On the court that afternoon, Arthur Ashe, Wimbledon champion and civil rights icon, the first black man to conquer the biggest stages in tennis, was locked in a semi-final battle with a fellow American player. Then, all of a sudden, the soldiers walked in. The match stopped mid-rally. A military officer shouted at the players to leave the court. Another raised a machine gun and pointed it at Arthur Ashe's back. Ashe raised his hands and walked off the court. Chaos followed as spectators fled to the streets in terror. An international journalist was beaten during the panic. Players ran through the streets of Lagos, clutching passports and dodging soldiers. What the hell was going on? 3 days earlier, Nigeria's head of state, General Murtala Mohammed, had been assassinated in a failed coup. The country was under curfew. Radio stations fell silent as anti-American paranoia spread. 5 American tennis players were at the swimming pool at the Federal Palace Hotel when they were chased back into their rooms by 30 to 40 soldiers with machine guns. While this happened, another legend was quietly inside the Federal Palace Hotel. His name was Pele. The most famous footballer was in Nigeria on a Pepsi-sponsored tour. Pele was moved out of his hotel and sheltered at the Brazilian ambassador's residence. The country was volatile. The 5 American tennis players left the hotel and met a soldier at a checkpoint. The soldier was armed with a machine gun. The driver of the tennis players and the soldier got into an argument. The soldier pointed his gun at the tennis players, and for a second, the Americans thought they were going to die. Cooler heads prevailed and the soldier let them go. Arthur Ashe, Pele, and the tennis players couldn't leave Nigeria because borders were closed and airports were sealed. For days, the greatest footballer alive was trapped inside the nation. When the borders finally reopened, Pele escaped quietly, disguised as a pilot. The tennis players left under armed escorts. The tournament was never completed in Nigeria, and the World Championship Tennis Circuit never returned.